Greetings, badasses. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us. All of the benefits, none of the yoga bullshit. There's plenty of bullshit here. It just doesn't have anything to do with fitness. This is a Vinyasa flow. It's a stronger energy practice. That is not meant to be discouraging. If you want to give it a shot, let's say you've done the beginning yoga for a while. This is always a question I receive when I have clients coming to me for a little bit. I'm going, P.S. I'm on the effing yoga profile on Spotify. I'm going yoga better than ever and getting that all set up. Sorry, I will get those links in the descriptions a little bit. I will be more, let's see. I will try to be more consistent. There we go. And get those links in the descriptions. When can I bump up to a stronger practice? Anytime you damn want, is what I was going to say. I would like it if you were, as long as you are being mindful about your work level, about you're listening to your body, you're keeping the squish in the elbows, the squish in the knees, you're listening for when you get tired, because when you start to get tired, yoga starts to turn a little sloppy, and then that's when, you could potentially injure yourself. So if you've been doing the beginning yogas for a while and you're feeling strong and you want to, dip a toe into that icy cold water, feel free. And there are plenty of places to build that you can rest. There are plenty of ways to work the flow and take a few extra breaths or skip a pose. What I have always felt and experienced, let me change that. I'm going to take my feelings out of it. My experience has been when you go, there are very few truly beginning yoga classes. There are very few. There are a lot of all levels yoga. And in the description, it says a welcoming flow or a welcoming class for all levels of yoga from beginning to experienced. If that's in the category description, they are not welcoming beginners, because they're not going to give you instruction. They're not, and you're going to be thrown in with the lions. You're going to be surrounded by people who have done yoga before. There's a lot of there's a lot of anxiety, right? And then, of course, self-judgment with that. There's a lot of feelings of inadequacy when you do that. That's, don't do it. I've specifically do beginning yoga as a beginning yoga class. And listen, even my veterans, you all know, I wish, leave them in the comments, encourage these other people. Like Daylin, you have done the beginning yoga class a couple of times and said, oh, wow, I reminded myself what I wasn't doing, right? I remembered. It's a good refresher to get myself into good positioning, good, healthy alignment. And I have taught Vinyasa classes in person where I have said, look, we're just going to take a step back and we're going to work this flow and we're going to hold for a while and we're going to work on alignment. Because anytime you get into a habit, right? Anytime you get into a routine, there is a tendency to drop the mindfulness aspect of that, and it starts to become automatic. We've all done it. We've all driven home without even thinking and thought, oh shit, that was a really fast drive, because you weren't paying attention behind the wheel, because our brain wants to make things easier. Our brain is very slick that way, right? It wants to trim down time. It's trying to help us. And so sometimes, we have to pump the brakes a little bit and say, hey, brain, let's slow down and focus on what we're actually doing. So that being said, this is strong. That just came out. I don't know why that came out, but apparently the universe needed me to say that. The yoga gods have spoken. This is a stronger energy practice. Now, that also, I'm going to put a caveat on that, is that I'm not feeling that great. I'm not feeling 100%. I'm feeling this a little bit. I'm trying to ignore it. Not ignore it. I'm trying to embrace it and just let it go because this is the body I'm living in. So, it might not be the strongest practice we've got, but we're going to get there. I'm building back after surgery to get myself back to fit. And it's amazing. It's always amazing to me how quickly you lose fit and how long it takes to get it, right? So be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace and kindness. And let's get our booties started. So comfortable seated position is whatever works for you. I gotta turn this down in my ear. Woo, that was loud. Staff pose is legs extended. I am sitting with my booty boot on a sliver of blanket. So the blanket's not a sliver. I'm sitting on the very edge of a blanket, my sit bones, to get my hips in a more comfortable position. So if you want to do that, feel free. If you want to sit on a bolster or a pillow, that's also perfectly acceptable. If you have a block, grab the block, put a blanket on it, and sit a little higher. That'll release tension in your hips. Always we're never truly comfortable on the mat. So you want to be as comfortable as you possibly can. Staff pose. If you're all feeling tightness and tension in the back of the legs, I want you to grab a pillow or a blanket and tuck it behind the knees. Help support that and take some tension off of the low back. One leg out, one leg in. This is modified Z-sit. This is a perfectly lovely position. And actually, if you have to do anything on the floor, this is almost the perfect position to be in because, and then, switch sides because it's nice long legs. It's pretty stable. You're going to get a little bit of stretch. You can control the strength of this position with the angle of the leg. So the further out the leg is, the stronger the adductor stretch. The closer in, right? The softer the stretch. Look at my knee and my leg. I am in parallel to the mat. My heel is not touching my pubic bone. I have powerful thunder thighs, and I have powerful, I don't know, I got to figure out a good alliterative way to talk about my calf muscles. Anyway, there's no way my heel's going to touch my pubic bone because there's stuff in the way. And I'm okay with that, right? Because my legs carry me around. In fact, my legs are going to get myself going on the cycle soon. So I'm working my brain around that. I'm going to do some cleaning. If your knee is real high and you're leaning back and you're making a face and you're compensating for your balance, I want you to grab a pillow or a blanket and tuck that underneath your knee. Just give yourself that moment. Placing the legs in parallel on the mat. This is not crisscross applesauce. This is not fucking lotus pose. Neither one crisscross applesauce, right, is this one. We used to call it Indian style, which was, we're changing. We're allowing our language and thinking to evolve. The problem with this position is that you're stacking already in balance. The goal of yoga is to get ourselves back into balance. We live our lives out of balance, right? Pleasant seated pose is legs in parallel, not stacked, heels, and your knees could be at any angle. Mine happen to, I am able to, after years of doing this, sit with my toes and ankles my toes are tucked right into the base of my calf. Again, if your knees are really high, grab a pillow, grab a block, grab something to slide underneath your thighs so that you can relax in this position. And then fucking lotus pose is an ego pose. There's no health benefit to it. And if you've been here for a while, you know this, but it's always good to hear. I don't guide or teach anything that is not specifically beneficial to your body. if it's there's a category of poses that I call ego poses. And ego poses don't provide any health benefits. And indeed, for those of us who care or live in a real body, they can injure us, right? They are, and you see them on the covers of magazines, and you see, celebrities doing them because they're hypermobile, or they've done years and years and years of shitty yoga. We don't do that here, right? Only poses that have specific health benefits. Anything else is going to potentially injure you and do no harm, right? That's another golden rule. Do no fucking harm. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, we're going to pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. How you feeling today? It is muggy here. I don't know. We live in the high altitude desert. Usually our humidity sits somewhere around 25%. I think it's in the 60% range. So I'm feeling a little damp. If you I was going to use moist, but Courtney, you don't like that one. It's all right. How you feeling? How'd you sleep? What'd you do? What are you doing? What do you want to do? I'm feeling my hip. I slept pretty damn good. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. And we're just going to check in with the brain. Maybe you're in that ideal place, that lovely limbo, the liminal space between sleep and being awake, right? Kind of in this place where you haven't quite started your day. That's a perfect place to be. If you're like me, you've already written down your to-do list and you're avoiding looking at all the other things that are trying to cram into that list, and you're thinking ahead about shit you got to do. Oop, I forgot that. I want you to slide all of those things off to the side and create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice. Let's spend this time just in this space on the mat, right? In this body. And then we're going to move that attention and that openness into the attention of our breath. And how is that going for you today? Do you have allergies? Are you recovering from a virus? Right? Is breathing just generally difficult? Do you have asthma? And traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of our noses. But if you can not do that, if that's irritating to you, just breathe. But we're going to invite the length of our inhale to get a little bit longer. And we're going to match that with the length of our exhales. We're going to work on controlling the breath and creating a nice, lovely rhythm that hopefully we'll be able to return to and maintain throughout the practice today. Now, if you practice the Ujjayi breath, that's the victorious breath, it's a slight valving in the back of the throat. You don't have to breathe like Darth Vader. You don't have to sound like a pit of vipers. Now, I am practicing that because I have been practicing by myself since pandemic. And I noticed in a couple of the videos that I was breathing a little loudly. I would have been one of those assholes in class, right, that sound like that. So it just has to sound in your ear, right, like a shell, like the air sounds like the ocean in a shell, right? Wherever you are at in that length and balance of breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs, reaching down towards the mat. Nice, lovely stretch up toward the ceiling. And we're going to connect the speed of our body, right? To the length of the breath. If you feel like you're moving a little too fast, you are. If you're running out of air, stop and take a sip of air and continue on whichever side of the breath you are at. Inhaling up, let's take lateral extension. Nice, lovely reach on over. Oh. Now, it's all about the length of the side body toward the ceiling. We're not collapsing into the waistband. I want to get taller. Like, just think of lifting that armpit up toward the ceiling and then taking that lean. Oh, there's the core. Oh, yeah, right there. Inhaling up through center, let's take our first forward fold, tracing the fingertips down, following with the chin, tucking into the bow, resting the body weight on the forearms, knees, calves, ankle block, or floor. Wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. And then let's walk the hands back toward the body, unwind the spine, big stretch up to the ceiling, and releasing hands down to the hips. All right, I'm going to rest my hands against my glutes, bowing the chin. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then drop them. Feel gravity take over. And then tilt the ear over to one side. And slowly releasing to the other side. Allowing the chin to bend, rest center, slowly stack the cervical spine, release the arms around the front of the body. Let's change the placement of the legs. If you're sitting in staff pose, just stay right where you're at. Little rock side to side. Nice big inhale up. Let's just go C curve, cactus spine. Let's go cactus arm to C curve. Exhaling. Someone asked me recently why our warm-ups are very, very similar. I mean, they change a little bit depending on the kind of flow we're going to do. If we're doing a twisting flow, we'll add a little twist, take a forward fold down, tucking the chin, follow with the body. resting the weight on the forearms, wiggle the toes, relax the feet, unclench the teeth. If we're doing a lateral flow, a lateral stretching flow, maybe with some side angle, which maybe what we'll do today, maybe a side angle warrior two. We'll do some lateral prepping. And the reason that they're very, very similar is because there's a very large core structure that supports your spine. And even if you're not paying attention to it, let's unwind, walk the hands toward the body, a nice big sweep up, releasing the hands to the hips, taking the bow. Tilt the ear over to one side. Even if we're not paying attention to it, it needs to be warmed up, right? And there are directionalities. Oh, why didn't I feel this on the other side like this? To our movement. So our body, the torso, can move laterally. It can bend forward. It can extend up. It can twist. And so I work some these warm-ups, bowing the chin forward, trace the fingertips around the front of the body, and slowly stack cervical spine. Work the core as we are just getting on the mat, right? So if we are doing a twisting practice, I would have added a twist. We're doing a lateral practice. And yes, I just decided that now. So we did we always do a forward fold. I almost always do a lateral move. And then I'm almost always going to do some sort of extension of the chest and the delts, because this is how we live our lives right here, right? So I exaggerated that, but you know what I'm saying. Move into hands and knees, patting my knees with a blanket. And then, right, we move into hands and knees. We work our upper body. We work our chest and our back. We work hips and glutes. We warm everything up. We get our blood pumping. And then we start moving into the flow. I'm going to place the block between my ankles so that I can keep my shins in parallel to the knees and the side of the mat. I'm working on this hip flexor tightness, and that is the lovely way to do that. Toes are flat, and let's go hands and knees. So we're not going 90 degrees, right? You're going to see that or hear that in class. Stack your wrists underneath your shoulders. That's bullshit. Move your hands out a full palm's length in front of your shoulder to take that pressure off of your wrist. Carpal tunnel. Your wrists are not designed to hold your body weight up, nor are your joints. Engage the core slightly. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears and hollow up out of the chest. Just a little activation here. Inhaling to center. Let's go ahead and take a Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back into the fold. You're letting your booty and head go the way you want. Wiggle the fingers. Come on up. And again. The further back, you'll have to play with this angle. Because I have powerful thunder thighs, I'm going to call them tremendous. Nope. Tuck the chin. That doesn't work. Take the forearms down, scooping the bellies. I'm going to try and think of something else. Alliterative. Roll the wrists. And come on up. And tuck. Sorry. You're going to pivot. So you're either going to tuck hips all the way back to the heels, and your head is going to come off the mat, or you're going to bow head toward the mat, and your booty's going to come up. And you can play with that and feel what the fuck lean, the difference in where that stretch lands, depending on the positioning of the body. Inhaling at center and taking the what the fuck lean in the other direction. One more time. So this is a lateral stretch, but I feel this much more in hip, glute, and hamstring IT band than I do in the core. If I move forward, I might shift that up into my angry cat tuck, into my side body. Flat back, Shakravakasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling forward, what the fuck, lean. Oh, maybe we'll do a Vajrasthana. That's a side plank for those of you who, it's a rainbow pose. Angry cat tuck. Left arm's going to go out, left knee comes back. Lower yourself to the right forearm. Now let's drop back. Bring the hand in, come on up, bring the knee back, Shakravakasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw into the fold. Spread the fingers nice and wide, make a fist. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean. And again. So I call this what the fuck. You're going to hear it called oxen, angry cat tuck. And I object being compared to livestock under any circumstances. Flat back. Right hand comes out. Right knee comes back. Lower to the left forearm and bow. So I figure, if someone's creeping up on you, or a man is walking behind you, or someone's standing a little too close in the grocery store, you'd usually turn around with a look on your face like, what the fuck? It works for me. Take the hand back, bring the knee up, Shakravakasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw back. Sorry, I got to crack somebody up. Wiggle the fingers, spread them nice and wide, push some weight into them. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean. Oh, every time you're in the store now, you're going to be thinking about that. Got you in a little earworm. Left arm goes out. Left knee comes back. Lower the right forearm. Bring the hand in. Bring the knee up. We're tucking the toes and pressing gently into the feet. Try to balance your ankles. So I am a pronator. I want to rock in a little bit. Come forward, flatten the toes, Shakravakasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Come on forward. What the fuck, lean. Angry cat tuck. God, I love you fucking yoga. Flat back, right hand goes out, right knee goes out. Lower to the left forearm and take your bow. Bring the hand in, bring the knee in, tuck the toes. We're going to roll up into the feet, step in a little bit, and calf press. Push into a heel. And push into a heel. Soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders down. I'm well behind the heels of my hands. Glance forward, let's walk up. I'm going to grab the block and take my first forward fold. Soften the knees and release down. Lift and spread the feet. Woo! Let's do that again. Lift and spread the toes, sorry, and then roll up into the balls of the feet. Forward fold. What is happening here? All right, I gotta fix that playlist. Sorry, bumped into some weird song. All right, taking the elbows to the knees, slowly rolling on up, taking a stretch. Spend some time with the playlists. Cactus squeeze. Lengthening up, lateral extension. There it is. And to the other side, tuck that shoulder down. Forward folding chair. Let's go to, I'm going to call this the eagle lift. Eagle lift. Some people are going to call it half lift, but it's not a half lift. Come on down to forward fold. Elbows to knees. Trace the fingers up the legs. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Forward folding chair. Coming on up for eagle lift. Coming on down, I'm going to bend my knees, touch the toes. I'm stepping my left foot back. We're just going to go right into a crescent lunge. So I'm just coming up to, I've got lateral space between my feet, soft in the knee. I'm in the ball of the foot. If you feel like you're in those toes on the left side, move your foot forward a skosh and take your heel a little further off the mat. Coming on down, plant the hands, step that right foot back. We are going to plank it. Soften the knees, soften the elbows, hollow up away from the mat. Leaning back into the feet, step forward for downward facing dog, but let's still walk those heels. So press the heel down, soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders down. I'm leaning back away from the heels of my hands. I'm going to glance forward and walk up to forward fold. Taking the elbows to the knees, slide on up. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Other side. Oh, big, big, big stretch. Forward folding chair. Trace the fingers on up. Eagle lift. Tracing the fingers down, bend the knees. I'm going to step my right foot back and out. I'm stepping my left foot out. Crescent lunge. Soften the knee, the body's forward. I'm out of my low back. Take the hands down, step the left foot back. Plank pose. Soften the knees, soften the elbows. Parallel that torso to the mat. I'm lifted up, I'm hollowed out of the low back. Lean back into the feet, step forward for your downward facing dog, and lean into a heel. And again. Lean back and rock side to side. And we're going to glance up and walk forward. Forward fold. Elbows to knees. Stretch on up to the ceiling. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Forward folding chair. Right here's where you can start boogieing if you're listening to the playlist. Stretch it up. Eagle lift. Do I like eagle lift? I don't know. Hands coming down. Left foot's going to step back for a crescent lunge. All right, I'm going to reach forward for the block. We're going to turn our body toward the knee and just go straight up. So I want nice and long side bodies. I realize that's a little bit of a twist, but now we're going to rock around. I moved my right foot in to align with my heel. So I'm going to turn this way to a warrior 2. I have to tilt my knees or tilt my toes slightly in to protect my knee. My hips are parallel to the mat. Reach those arms out. Shrug the shoulders back and down. And now look over that right hand. Hold. Okay, we're going to rock around, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Soften the elbows, soften the knees, hollowed up out of the chest, shrug the shoulders. Lean back, step in. If you want to take an extra calf stretch, feel free. Engage the core. Scoop that belly up and in. All right, we're going to move forward. Now is the time. If you want to take that float, you can step or take that float forward. Now, look where my feet are. I have to step up to take my forward fold. Elbows to knees. Trace on up. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. And other side. Forward fold. Trace it on up. Come on down. I'm going to step the right foot back. I'm stepping the left foot out for my crescent lunge. I'm going to reach for my block. And I'm just going to take a lovely, gentle stretch to the side. All right. Now, moving the block, I'm going to step my left foot forward. I'm going to move my right foot down to the mat. I want my heels in alignment. Turn those hips. Now look at, I got to rotate my toes in to protect this knee. Lengthen those arms, shrug the shoulders, and then spread them out. Look over that left arm. I think I've decided I hate this song as well. Fuck, I gotta change this playlist. Why did I ever think this was a good one? I don't know. Rotating forward, I'm gonna move my foot to come down. Plant the hands, step back into downward facing dog. Adjust the hands, adjust the feet, leaning back. Because this is a great one. You know what? I forgot we're going to do plank. Let's step into plank. I'm so angry at that song, I got distracted. All right, now step forward, downward facing dog. Nice long stretch of the spine. All right, I'm glancing forward. Transitioning up, either stepping or taking that silent float. Walking forward. Ooh, forward fold. Elbows to knees. Stretch on it. I'm sweating. Cactus week. Lateral extension. Sorry, that's a bomb-ass song. Lateral extension. Forward folding chair. Half lift. Sorry, I don't know what I'm going to call this. I'm going to figure it out. Taking it on down. Left foot's going to step back. Crescent lunge. Soften the knee. I'm going to go ahead and take my hand to the mat. You can grab that block. I'm moving forward into my warrior two position. I'm adjusting my feet to accommodate my hips and my knee. Warrior two. Still give me that squish in the back leg. And now we're going to go side angle. So just touch your elbow to the inside of the hip, right there. Give me a little more bend in that knee. I'm going to unwind, move around to plant my hands. Be mindful. Right foot stepping back, plank pose. Stay out of that low back. Don't sink those hips. All right, stepping into downward facing dog. Yeah, now we're talking. I got to get rid of those two songs. Glancing forward, transitioning up. Forward fold. Forward fold. Elbows to knees, stretch up to the ceiling. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Lateral extension. Forward fold. Lift it up and extend. Let's do eagle lift. Oh, I could call this Lady Hawk. Sorry, I'm cracking myself up. Right foot stepping back. Left foot steps out. Crescent lunge. That's a deep cut. Not for anybody in my family, but... All right, I'm going to come down to my hand. You can bring the block in, and I'm just taking this reach up. All right, moving my hand, my foot in. Now, I'm trying not to rush. I just caught myself rushing through that. I'm coming into my warrior one. Look at the extension. I got super tight on this hip. Squishing this knee. Rotating my hips to parallel, trying to open up this knee toward, the front of the mat. We're not leaning, we're not reaching forward. I want your hips, ribs, shoulders stacked. All right, bring that elbow in, tuck it right into the hip. And reach up with that right arm. And I'm coming down. I'm going to step my left foot back, plank pose. Soften the elbows, soften the knees. Leaning back, stepping in, weight-bearing exercise. Body weight-bearing exercise. Utilizing the core, protecting the joints. It's one of the best fucking things to do for osteoarthritis, osteoporosis. It improves our balance. It just helps us age healthily. And keeps us mobile. Step on back. Take the knees down. Chakravakasana. Bow. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Scoop the belly. And draw back. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. All right. I'm going to grab some water. Walking it forward. Ooh. Somebody else sweaty? I'm sweaty. All right. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, that's why. All right, water. Sorry, I'm definitely going to have to fix this playlist and get rid of this. I don't know, it was called I don't know what kind of song it was. It was a diva song, prima donna song. I don't know, but it fucking pissed me off. All right, let's head to our backs. If I don't make a note right when I think of it, I'm going to lose it. Are you with me? Little rock side to side. Woo! Tuck the hips. Release them down. Whew. Let's see. Let's take the right foot over the left knee. We're going to work a little figure four. So we're going to work in repetition without arms, and then we'll take a stay. This is not figure 4. This is figure 4. It's not thread the needle. Inhaling. Exhale, bring that knee up toward the body. Inhaling and unwind. Fucking love yoga. How amazing do you feel? I feel fucking amazing. Why? Why is it so hard to get our bodies on the mat? I do not know. And unwind. All right, left hand slides behind the left knee. We're just going to hold here for a few breaths. Keep this top foot dorsiflexed. You could rock and roll the ankle of the bottom foot. And release. All right, let's switch. Left ankle goes over right knee. Inhaling. Exhaling. And releasing. Bring it on up. Inhaling. And one more time. Right, just tuck those right fingers behind that knee. Dorsiflex the top foot. And release. All right, not fingers, toes to the outside of the mat. Let's take some windshield wiper sweeps. Let those knees drift over to one side. Reach them down toward the mat. Inhaling. Oh. And again, we're going to do 2 more full repetitions. This is the second. And coming on up. And one more time. All right. Whew. Take the soles of the feet together, a little rock and roll. We're going to let those legs hang. All right. Sliding the hands along the knees, bring the legs up. I'm going to take my shins and I'm drawing the heels toward my body. I'm pressing into the knees to open them up. This is a Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound ankle, or cobbler pose. Now, look I'm not holding onto my feet. The reason I'm not holding onto my feet is because I want your shoulder blades open and flat. I want your spine long and your hips in contact with the mat. I don't want you to round your back to grab the outside of the feet, because then you're not fully stretching the adductors. You're not incorporating this lovely fixed position of our back, our spine, into this stretch, right? All right, bring those knees in and give them a squeeze. Okay, check in with your body temperature. Now I'm sweaty as fuck. I'm sticking to the mat. I can... Do you want to add a layer? Do you want a blanket? Do you need to turn off your fan? Check in body temperature-wise. We're moving toward final relaxation. Grab a drink of water. Now, legs extended, arms at your sides, palms up. Traditional Shavasana, right? This might not be comfortable for you. It's okay. Tuck a pillow behind your knees. Roll a beach towel underneath the back of your neck. Bring your feet up, knees to the ceiling. Go into cactus arm. Figure it out. If you're gestating a human being fully and completely on your own, autonomous will, I want you to lay on your side with a pillow between your knees, a pillow under your arm, and support your head. If you've got a body bolster, okay, girl, I'm talking to you. You should be on the mat. Grab that body bolster and then put a pillow underneath your head. I can't remember what side you're allowed to lay on. I think it's I'm not even going to guess, okay? I'll have to remember that because, I have a prenatal certification. I should remember. Anyway, if you want to take seated meditation, that's perfectly fine. If you want to get your energy up and you don't feel comfortable laying on the mat, go for it. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your forehead. I want you to notice all of those tiny little muscles and nerve endings around the eyes and in the temples, through the top of the head, under the scalp. Unclench the teeth. Relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Give me a tuck of the chin, shake your head no, shimmy the shoulders, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, and then let the body go. Feel the length of spine from the base of the neck down between the shoulder blades. Tuck the tailbone up and relax into the mat. Give me an extension of a leg. Squeeze the calves, the quads, rock and roll the ankles, and bring that foot down. Same on the other side. Just give me a little tension and then relax the lower body. Pulling the attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. I want you to check in. And now anything that might be grabbing your attention, let's just sneak it off to the side. I want you to pay attention to the silence. And every time something tries to float into that space, I want you to shoo it off. Shoo, just and then anchor that silence into the breath and just notice how the air passes into and out of the lungs. Release that attention to the breath. I want you to pull some deep breaths in as you expand the awareness back out into the body. Big inhale, big exhale. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Lengthen the arms out, and then take that lovely wine goblet shape, big wine glass reach. Bringing the knee up, give it a squeeze. Bringing the other knee up, give it a squeeze. Taking a rock side to side. Roll from one hip across to the other. All right, rocking all the way over to one side, resting just for a beat, as then peeling your upper body off the mat. We're coming into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like to you. Might be different than the first time. Taking a moment. Stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. And now scan the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form on this end of the practice. Fuck you! Sorry, it came out. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your breath, and notice how it feels to breathe after all of that. And then finally checking in with your brain. What's going on there? I hope you have a nice, lovely, open space. I hope the pond of your thinking is nice and smooth, with just little teeny weeny, slow swells. And now we can start inviting some things back into our to-do list. This is your moment, right, to organize your priorities. Now, if your list is anything like mine, right? It's about 1,000 things long. There's no way we can get 1,000 things done today. There's just none. It's just not happening. So pick and choose the timely things that you're going to devote time to today, and let all of the other things sit, because they're not going anywhere, right? They're just not. And so let's feel and help ourselves get accomplished, rather than feeling piled up upon, right? Rather than feeling inadequate for not getting shit done. We're going to pull and release that attention, blink and eyes open, let practice go. Honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today. Wow. Sorry. Honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today. And acknowledge that some days are easy and some days are hard, right? We work on this continuum, and it's dynamic, and it's not going to be like that all the time. Do no fucking harm, people. Grace and kindness. I wish for you what I wish for myself. And I would hope that you will go out into the world with the intention of making the world not only better for you, but better for everyone. And understand, do no fucking harm. The other thing I would like you to think about, and I'm not trying to be morbid in this way, I would like you to remember to process today like it's a definitive day for you, right? I want you to think about today rather than just slogging through it and counting down the minutes and the hours that it's going to take to get you to the weekend or something else. I want you to be here in the moment and think about today as a definitive day, and really find some places, right, of joy there. So, my name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga book. This is not the fucking yoga book. This is the fucking yoga book. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits, none of the bullshit. This is the fucking yoga company. Same motto. And ciao.